coming here. Welcome back to Langrisser 3.0 news from the future. So on part 2 of this video, after my friend told me some resemblance between these characters with the other anime characters, I can't shoot this idea off. I see the slight resemblance, I really gotta say it, from ReZero. So yep, is that you, Otto, the best boy? You've become an emperor. Yep, so not everyone will see what I'm looking at, but I really feel the resemblance, and especially the tone of the color he's wearing. And yep, this looks like definitely a power up version of Otto. So yep, and his name is, I'm just gonna use the first part, Otto Cradle the Fourth. So I'm just gonna stick with Otto the Fourth. Not sure if I pronounce his full name right, cause it's not easy to pronounce. So right, his talent is short, sweet, and easier than Lucretia. So okay, his talent will be known as the King Coherent or King's Pressure, whichever sounds more comfortable to read. So right, I'll be reading his talent at rank 6. So before going to battle, increase your stats. Aside from HP, all stats will be increased by 20%. And all enemy tree squares or tiles around him before they attack and go into battle, for every movement they make, for each square or tiles they move, it will cause their damage to be reduced by 4% for each square or tiles. Those a maximum stacking of 20%. So alright, we're gonna go re-summarize it again on his talent. Number 1, before going to battle, aside from HP, increase all stats of Otto by 20%. Number 2, all enemies who are 3 squares or tiles around Otto when before going to battle, for every step they make, it will cause their damage to be reduced by 4%. So there's a cap limit at 20%, which is 4 times 5. 5 movement is the cap limit. Anything more, you'll be capped at 20%. So it's short and easy, and wow. And that's definitely stronger, slightly stronger than Bernhard. So that's why I'm calling him the new emperor. So, and currently his faction is only 2, the Empire and the Reincarnation, and he has 3 paths, same as Lucretia. So right, his original path, and apparently he's holding Langrisser on his hand. So wow, is a Langrisser welder, or is that Alhazard? The shape looked like Langrisser, but the Eye of the Beholder jewel piercing at the center of the sword looks like, it just gives me the vibe that it looks like Alhazard, or it's actually a mixture of both. So sorry guys, I did not play the Langrisser re-game before, so well, if you know about it, do leave it down in the comment sections and correct me. Thank you. So right, the original path, so you have sword dance. Okay, and I will just be going quickly on any existing skills and only go through and summarize all new skills. So sword dance, AoE damage around enemy, 1 ring around Otto, 0.36 times damage, and cause enemy to not be able to heal, last for a turn. Okay, second skill, played off or inside. So it's passive. After dealing damage to enemy, it will give them an insight buff on them. So it will cause them to, at the end of a turn, if they have not moved, they will take a fixed damage of 3 times Otto's attack. And for every move they make, it will cause the damage they take to be reduced by 0.5 times. Last for a turn, cannot be dispelled. So this Insight or Playoff is a new skill, exclusive for him right now. So it's a passive. So after dealing damage to enemy, it will give this Insight buff to enemy. So alright. Number 2, at the end of a turn, if enemy has not moved at all, they'll take a fixed damage based on 3 times Otto's attack. Number 2, for each movement they make or move, the damage will be reduced by 0.5 times. So it lasts for 2 turns, cannot be dispelled. So it's basically a skill that will force enemy to move, because maximum it will deal 3 times damage, and for every movement they make, it will reduce by 0.5 times. So if they do not have any extra buff, the maximum movement usually they will be making will be 5. So 5 times 0.5 will be reduced by 2.5 times. So enemy will minimum take at least 0.5 times Otto's attack. But however, if enemy, for due to some reason, has not been moving or unable to move, they'll need to take 3 times his attack as fixed damage. And not only that, it will last for 2 turns and cannot be dispelled. So wow, this is very great. However, it can be countered off if you have Bracer. So right, the second path, the Royal Marshal path, or Royal Knight's path, or Royal's Commander, whichever you want to call it. So right, the second class, Shield Warrior. So Shield Strike, attack a single enemy, deal 1 times damage before battle, cause enemy to be stunned, giddy, or faint for a turn. Okay, the third class, Royal Commander or Royal Knight. So number 1 will be parry, passive, will take physical damage for your allies enemy who are 1 square or tiles beside him. When being attacked, it will cause 7% of attack to be increased to defense. Okay, second skill, which is again a new exclusive skills for Otto currently, it will be Excel. Okay, it's a physical skill, alright. Attack a single enemy, do 1.5 times damage. And if this attack has not been guarded, after battle, it will cause teleport or transfer effect. It will cause enemy to be transferred in a straight line backward by 3 squares or tiles. Okay, so this is a unique, something unique. Is not no longer just normal ramp effect. Normal position shifting is considered as a teleportation effect. So I gotta say, some skills will not be able to negate it. And if I'm not wrong, Hilda's talent and effect will not be able to stop this. Okay, so I gotta go through again for Excel. Number 1, attack a single enemy, do 1.5 times damage. Number 2, if this attack has not been guarded, after battle, it will cause enemy to be teleported in a straight line behind 3 squares or tiles. So right, this is very straightforward and very unique and special. And not only that, because it's just teleportation, and in the past, whenever characters are already being stuck at a corner where there is tree or wall behind them and they can no longer be pushed back, however, it will not be the same for teleport. They will pass through the wall and teleport to something or any empty space behind, except for out of the map. So right, some unique skill. Alright, the second path, the Emperor line or Emperor path. So right, second class, Swordsman, Hegemony, or well, if you're One Piece fan, you gotta go with Haki. passive skill. Before going to the close combat, remove one buff from the enemy and cause their attack to be reduced by 20%. It will last for a turn. Right, the third class, the Emperor Path. Number 1, if I'm not wrong again, is a new skill, Absurd. So physical attack one straight line, AoE damage. And target one enemy. Sorry, it's a straight line skills, but you can only target one enemy, deal 1.5 times damage after battle, steal up to 3 buff from enemy, and cause position shifting effect, cause enemy to be knocked back 3 squares or tiles. Okay, this is something unique and special. So we're gonna re-summarize again. Number 1, attack in the straight line and target an enemy. So it's a targeting range skill. Okay, target one enemy, deal 1.5 times damage after battle, steal up to 3 buff. This is number 2, up to 3 buff from them. And number 3, cause movement shifting effect, cause target to be knocked back 3 squares or tiles. So right, and this is something very special, unique. Not only is the damage high, and you can steal up to 3 buff effects. So even if the position shifting do not occur, you're still winning because you get 3 buff from enemy. Okay, and the last skill is an existing skill. Go short breath. So yep, passive skills. After actively going to battle, do 1 circle around Otto, damage to enemy 0.1 times his attack as damage to enemies. So right, he has a third part, the general line. So Iron Fist, so it's a passive and active skill. It has passive effect. Okay, take and block physical damage for allies who are 1 square or tiles around him, beside him, sorry. And active skills, increase guard range to 2, increase attack by 20%, and cause and allow him to obtain parry effects. It will last for 2 turns. And now 2-3C, subversion of order, or in my context I'm going to call it disruption of order. So right, again, it's a very straightforward 3C. Then that's something I like. So right, attack 3. So it's a AoE that will attack in 3 line forward to all enemy, deal 0.36 times AoE damage, and for every enemy hit it will cause them to switch places, but only in a straight line movement, so no diagonal position shifting. It will last for a turn, cannot be dispelled. And for every enemy, if this attack hits 3 enemies and above, it will cause the cooldown of these skills to be reduced by 3. So not sure how special is it. It's kind of weird and funny from my perspective, but okay, we're gonna re-summarize it again. So it's an AoE skills, attack up to 3 lines in front of Otto, deal 0.36 times AoE damage. Number 2, it will cause all enemy to be hit to have their position swap and change. However, only swap in a straight line, up, down, left, right method, which I presume. So no diagonals. Number 3, it will last for only a turn. Number 4, cannot be dispelled. Number 5, if this skills has hit 3 or more enemy, it will reduce the cooldown of these skills by 3. so not too shabby, and the AoE damage is 0.36 times, is kind of high, I guess. So right, we have come to the end of the video, so I'm going to show you guys the English translations of the skill. Again, do note that the translation is not 100%, so until the demo play comes out, this is just for sharing purposes, so you can just take into your own consideration and think of how strong or how weak Otto is. Personally, I feel his talent is straightforward, violent and strong, but for his 3C, I'm not sure how good it is, but aside from that, even without his 3C, his basic skills looks strong and tough. So right, remember to leave your thoughts down the comment sections below about this hero, whether if he's good, he's bad, and how good or how great of an asset he will be in the new factions, or how much of a contribution he will be doing to all these existing factions. So right, remember to like and subscribe. This is Kami. We will see you guys on the next video on new 3Cs for the upcoming characters. Alright, goodbye, and until then, this is Kami signing off.